So finally we got an equation, the total velocity of an object when it is hits on the ground. So we saw that the final velocity v equal to, that is root over v x square plus v y square. So this is equation number 1. Is that clear? Then what is the value of vx square? We saw that the vx square velocity of an object in the horizontal always that same, that is always u. This is equation number 2. It will not vary. But what about the velocity in the y-axis when it is hit on the ground? It's on the ground. That is, we can get that value by using first equations of motion. From this, vy equal to uy plus at. So in place of vy, I can put vy, and we know that the initial velocity of a body in the vertical is 0. Then uy value equal to 0. And I can replace the small t as a caps T, because we want to know the total velocity of the body when it is hits on the ground. So that's why I am taking what? Total time. So this is 0 plus, in place of a I can put g, so a we can g, and in place of small t we have a caps T. So from this vy, and what is the g value? I can put the g value. Then what about t? So we already derived the t value, that is root over 2h by g. 2h by g. So I can write vy equal to, I can write this g as root g into root g. Is that clear? And root over 2h, I can write this g as a down, I shuffled, I splitted. So root g will cancel. Then value of vy equal to root over 2gh. This is equation number 3. Now substituting equation 3 2 in equation number 1. So here you can see that v is equal to, what is vx square? Vx square is equal to u square plus and plus. What is my vy square? So vy equal to root 2gh. Then vy square will be equal to 2gh. Because taking the square on both sides, you can write it as vy square as 2gh. So this will be the resultant velocity of the body when it is hits on the ground. So this velocity due to what? Horizontal. This velocity due to vertical. Is that clear? Fine. So I told you there are two kinds of projectile motion. Then first one, so we saw that we are throwing a body with some initial velocity u purely in the horizontal direction. It does not make any angle with what? Horizontal, which means the initial velocity does not make any angle with the horizontal. And second thing, we are throwing the body with some initial velocity, but here you can see that the initial velocity, it makes some angle with the theta. Exactly. Here the theta equal to 0 degree, which means the angle between the point of projections and the horizontal is 0. But here there is an angle between what? The initial velocity with the horizontal. So we already derived the distance traveled by the horizontal and vertical, and we also find the time taken to reach the what? The bottom, and we also find the total resultant velocity when the body hits on the ground. Is that clear? So now we are going to discuss about the second case, which means we are going to talk about the projectile motion such that the initial velocity makes some angle theta with the horizontal. Is that clear? Fine. So you can say that here you can see that. So we are throwing the body with some initial velocity so that it takes a path of parabola. So I want to know the direction of velocity at the point of projection. So this will be what? The direction of velocity at the point of projection. Is that clear? And here you can see that the initial velocity, it makes some angle theta. It makes some angle theta. And here you can see that surely what will happen, this velocity, the velocity is acting not in the x-axis, not in the y-axis, it is acting on xy plane, and because of that some velocity will be shared in the x-axis, some velocity will be shared in the y-axis. Is that clear? So the velocity shared in the x-axis, we can take what? That is u cos theta. The velocity shared in the x-axis is called u cos theta. The velocity shared in the y-axis, we can take what? U sin theta. Is that clear? So at time is equal to 0, we are throwing the body with some initial velocity in such a way that it makes some angle theta. And because of that, there is some contributions due to certain velocity in the horizontal direction and as well as in the vertical direction. So I can write at point of projection, the velocity in the x-axis is u cos theta. The velocity in the y-axis is u sin theta. This is at the point of projection. Suppose if we choose this point, the direction of the velocity in the horizontal will be what? That is ux. The direction of the velocity in the vertical is what? uy. And we know that there is no force opposing the what? The horizontal velocity, and because of that this ux is remains same. I told you, it will not be affected. Remains same. It will not be affected as no force opposing the ux. Then what about uy? It will keep on change. It will keep on change because it is moving under the influence of gravity. Is that clear? Coming to the maximum at this point. So when the body reaches the maximum height, what will happen? The final velocity becomes to 0. There is only initial velocity, which means that is due to in the horizontal direction. In the vertical direction, when it reaches the maximum height, the vertical direction, the velocity will becomes to 0. But what about the horizontal? It always same. At this point, so the ux, what is that? That is always u cos theta, and uy is equal to 0. Because when it reaches the maximum height, we know very well, if we throw any body after reaching maximum height, the final velocity becomes to 0. What about the horizontal velocity? As no force acting on the body, or now no force opposing the body in the horizontal direction, it always same. Coming to this point, and this point, what will happen? The direction of velocity in the horizontal still ux, that is u cos theta, but the direction of velocity in this direction, it will be same. It will be differ. It will be differ. Here also it will differ. Then here also it will be differ. Is that clear? And coming to when it is hits on the ground, when it is hits on the ground, so here the velocity is what? Then horizontal still u cos theta, but in the vertical it will be uy will be minus u sin theta. So see the velocity of the body in the horizontal and the vertical at different instant. So here initially u sin theta, u cos theta. After reaching some height, definitely this uy will change. What about ux? It remains same. After reaching the maximum height, the final velocity becomes to 0, but the initial velocity, the vertical velocity becomes to 0, but what about the horizontal? It remains same. Then coming to this point, the ux remains u cos theta, but the uy definitely will be changed. Coming to the point of projection, the cos theta will be u cos theta, the horizontal will be u cos theta, and the vertical will be minus u sin theta. So this is, you can see that at every instant the horizontal velocity remains same, but the vertical velocity is keep on change. Is that clear? Now we are going to talk about the distance traveled by the body and the velocity occurred by a body after some time t. So here you can see that, boys and girls, here you can see that. Is that clear? So this is what I told you, the path followed by the body. Okay, and at the point of projection, this will be direction of velocity. Horizontal will be what? U cos theta, and vertical will be, that is u sin theta. That is, I can take uy will be equal to u sin theta and ux will be equal to u cos theta. I am going to choose some intermediate point P. Some intermediate point P. I want to know what will be the velocity in the horizontal, what will be the velocity in the vertical, And what will be the distance traveled by the body at this point in the horizontal, and what will be the distance traveled by an object at this point in the vertical. Is that clear, pa? Is that clear? So we want to know the distance traveled by body in the horizontal and distance traveled by the body in the vertical, that is in the y. It is here x. Is that clear? So I can take, so we want to know the velocity of a body and distance of a body when time equal to t. Time equal to t. So I already told you what equation we will use. We will use only what? Kinematic equations. So if you want to know the velocity, we will use what? First equation. If you want to know the distance, we will use what? Second equations. So I can take in the horizontal. So what is the velocity occurred by body in given time t? So we have first equations of motion, that is v is equal to u plus at. So the velocity of the body after some time t will be equal to vx equal to, that is ux plus at. v equal to u plus at ma. So it is x, you know, that's why I put vx ux plus at. This will be what? Initial velocity. This will be the velocity of the body after some time t. So we know that the acceleration in the x-axis is always 0. Am I right? It will not be affected. So vx will be equal to ux. So this is the velocity of the body after some time t. After some time t. Now the velocity of the body. After some time t. I want to know this one. So I can take for vertical, the velocity of the body after some time t. So that will be equal to what? Vy equal to uy plus at. Is that clear? So I can put vy is the same and uy is also same. What is my a? That's the acceleration. Here you can see that the body is moving upward direction, but the gravity is acting in the downward direction. Is that clear? So that's why in place of a we can put g, but that g is what? Minus. So that is minus gt. So this will be what? The velocity of a body in the vertical after some time t. Here we can see that the vx equal to ux. What is my ux? That is cos theta. U cos theta. So you can see that it is always same. But in the vertical direction, the velocity is keep on change due to what? Gravity. And next one, we want to know the distance traveled by the body. Now I am going to find the distance traveled in a horizontal. So we found the velocity in the horizontal and vertical. Now this will be what? The distance traveled by the body in the horizontal, vertical. Now we want to know the distance traveled by the body in any given time t. We will use second equations of motion, that is xcx, s equal to ut plus 1 by 2 at square. So in place of x we put what? Sx, that's all. That is velocity in the x-axis, time plus 1 by 2 at square. I can replace this sx, you know, that is in the horizontal, you know. So I can write it as this sx as a x ma. And here you can see that the a value equal to 0 because in the horizontal there is no acceleration. So you can write in place of sx, you can put x equal to, that is ux plus t. If you put 0 for a, the total will be equal to 0. That is x equal to ux t par. So from this I can write, that is t equal to, so we know that x by ux, this is equation number 1. So this is the distance traveled by the body in any given time t. By using this, I found the time taken, that is t is equal to x by ux. Is that clear? Now, distance traveled in the vertical. Distance traveled in vertical. Use the same equations of motion. That is what I told you. That is sy equal to uyt plus 1 by 2 gt square. gt square. So I can put in place of sy, in place of xy, I can put y part. That is, it is in the y axis, you know, I can put y. And okay, finally you can solve this one. That is y equal to, that is uyt plus 1 by 2 gt square, and we know that this g always downward, but the object is moving upward. So in place of s, I can replace with minus. So this is the distance traveled by the body in the y axis at any time t. So this is the distance traveled by the body in the x axis at any time t. So I can take, this will be equation number 2. This will be equation number 2. Is that clear? Now we are going to verify. I told you, there we verified, it will take the parabola path, So here also I am going to verify the path followed by the body at any given time t. So I want to know the path trajectory. So you can see that substituting equation 1 in 2. Equation 1 in 2. This is equation 1. This is equation number 2. So from this, y equal to, in place of uy, I can put uy. Is that clear? So in place of t, I can put what? That is x by ux. X by ux. Minus 1 by 2. In place of g, I can put g. In place of t square, I can put x divided by ux whole square. And what is the uy value? The uy equal to u sin theta. What is the ux? Ux equal to u cos theta. Is that clear? Substituting in place of uy, you can put u sin theta. In place of ux, you put what? U cos theta. Is that clear? So now y equal to, in place of uy, u sin theta. In place of x, I can put x divided by, in place of ux, u cos theta, minus 1 by 2 g x divided by ux. In place of ux, we have to substitute what? That is u cos theta. U cos theta, that is whole square. That is whole square. Is that clear, ma? Now by solving this, we can solve this one. So you can take u and u will cancel. Sin theta cos theta equal to tan theta x, ma, minus 1 by 2, ma, okay, and g x square divided by u square cos square theta. U square cos square theta. So y equal to tan theta into x minus, I can write g divided by 2u square cos square theta into x square. And you know that, ma, this is theta is called what? Angle of projection. This theta is called angle of projection. It is always same. Which means if we throw the body, so this theta is always same. And what is by x? The displacement in the x axis. G, acceleration of gravity, is always same. So what about this u? That is also same. Theta is also same. So from this, tan theta is a constant. Here this also will be constant. So I can compare this equation with the parabola, that is ax minus bx square. So in place of a, we have some b, here a b constant, ma. In place of a, we have tan theta. In place of b, we have g divided by 2u square cos square theta. So here we verified that the path followed by the body should be inverted parabola. It will come like this, inverted parabola. Is that clear, ma? Is that clear? Now, next thing, what will be the time taken of a body between the point of projection at the point where it hits on the ground? Which means, I want to know the total time taken from the point of projection to it hits on the ground, It hits on the ground. Which means, so this we can take O, this we can take A, this we can take B. I want to know the total time taken to reach a point B. Total time taken to reach a point B. Is it clear? Fine. See that. So when it is hits on the ground, what will be the displacement covered by the body in the y-axis? Write the y-axis equation ma. That is, we know that y equal to that is uy. Is it clear? So t ut plus I can write 1 by 2 gt square ma. So in place of y we have we have put uy ma. Okay, what's my t? So this t is I can take replace with the caps t plus 1 by 2 gt square. Gt square I can replace the small t is called caps t. So what is my caps t? This caps t is called what? Time of flight. Which means the total time taken by the body between what? At the point of projection and when it hits on the ground. So when it is hits on the ground, you can see that the displacement in the y-axis equal to 0 ma. Displacement in the y-axis equal to 0. What is in the uy? So uy is called u sin theta into t ma. And we know that the gravity is always negative, which means it always acting inward. If you take the projectile, means the body moving upward, I can write minus 1 by 2 gt square. So from this you can transfer this minus 1 by 2 gt square this side. This become gt square divided by 2 equal to u sin theta into caps t. So this t and this t will cancel. In the remaining we have what? That is gt by 2 equal to u sin theta. So from this t equal to that is 2u sin theta divided by g. So this is called what? Time of flight, which means the total time taken between the point of projection and the point where it hits on the ground. That is called time of flight. Tf is equal to 2u sin theta by g. Is that clear? So next I want to know the maximum height. Which means the maximum height attained by the body. The maximum height attained by the body, that is called what? So I can rub this ma. You just copy this. Is that clear? So that is called what? Maximum height. Maximum height ma. Is that clear? So we can see that. So we know that when the body reaches the maximum height, the final velocity becomes to 0. So by using third equations of motion, it is possible to find the what? Total height attained by the body, which means we want to know this length ma. Is that clear? What is the third equations of motion? That is vy square equal to ux square plus 2gh, and uy square equal to vy square. This is vy square ma. So vy square equal to ux square minus 2gh, because the body is moving in the upward direction, the gravity is acting in the downward direction. And we know that when it reaches the maximum height, I think you can see in the picture, the final velocity of the body in the vertical direction is equal to 0 at maximum height. So putting 0 here, that is ux square minus 2gh ma. Okay, and you can see that what is my this is uy square ma. Fine, this is uy square and uy square, because we are using only y, that's why. So coming to this, what is my uy value? So uy equal to, that is 0. So uy equal to u sin theta whole square ma minus 2gh. So transfer this minus 2g to this side ma, it become a 2gh equal to u square sin square theta. Ma. So we have a 2gh. Is that clear? So from this I can write h equal to u square sin square theta divided by 2g ma. So this is the total maximum height. I can take h max. So h max equal to u square sin square theta divided by 2g. This is the maximum height of the body. So when it reaches the maximum height. Is that clear? And next one, I want to know the total distance traveled by the body at the point of projection and when it is hits on the ground, which means I want to know the total distance between O and P, O and P, which means the total distance between the point of projection and when it is hit on the ground. So by using this one, we can easily find this the distance traveled by the body, and we know that distance will be equal to, x-axis will be equal to what? That is, we can write ut, is that clear, plus 1 by 2 at square ma. So this t will be what? The total time taken, you know. I can replace this small t as a caps t. Small t is equal to what? Caps t. So I can put x ma equal to, I can put x equal to ux ma caps t, and we know that acceleration in the horizontal will be 0. Acceleration in the horizontal will be 0. That is x equal to ux t ma. So that is x I can take. What is my ux? U cos theta ma. U cos theta. Is that clear? So what is my t? So we saw that in the equations, and the t is equal to what? That is u sin theta ma. That is u sin theta divided by 2g. Is that clear? So here you can see that ma, this is we can take, I think 2u sin theta by g ma, by g. So from this you can look at the formula. It is 2 sin a cos a ma. It is in the form of 2 sin a cos a. So I can write that is sin 2a ma. So that is I put sin 2 theta, and u, it's called u square divided by g ma. Is that clear? Because that the formula we have sin 2a equal to 2 sin a cos a ma. We know the value of caps t, you know, that is 2u sin theta by g ma, and this ux is called u cos theta. Here you can see that 2 sin a cos a, that will be equal to what? Sin 2a ma. So u into u square, 2 sin a cos a will be equal to sin 2 theta by g. So this is the distance traveled by the body when it is hits on the ground. Okay, but that is u square. It is u square ma. Is that clear? And when the x will be maximum, when the horizontal will be maximum. So this horizontal will be maximum depends on the theta. Depends on the theta. So when the sine gets maximum value, when the sine gets maximum value, when sine 90 degree, the value will be 1. Is that clear? So we want to get the sine value should be maximum. So that's why in place of theta, if you put 45 degree, it becomes sine 90, you know. So I can write the x maximum, or I can take horizontal range maximum will be equal to u square ma sine. In place of 2, you can put 2. We want to know the value of 90 degree. We want to get the value of 90 degree. Then only the sine will be maximum, you know. So I can take 45 degree divided by what? That is g ma. So we know that. So from this, R max will be equal to u square sine 90 degree divided by g ma. So that is sine 90 value equal to 1. So the horizontal range will be maximum when the theta equal to 45 degree. That is u square sine, u square divided by g ma. So this is the horizontal range. This will be a horizontal range ma. Is that clear? So this is called horizontal range. That is R max equal to u square by g, and this is what? This is the formula. So if you want to get the maximum value of x, in place of theta, if you put what? 45 degree, we can get R value is maximum. So the R value equal to u square by g ma. Is that clear? So in this topic, we derived that the velocity of a body in the horizontal and the vertical after some time t, and we also derived the distance traveled by the body in the horizontal and vertical after some time t, and we can also find the total height attained by the body, the maximum height attained by the body, and we derived the total time taken by the body. That's called time of flight, the time taken between the initial point and the point where the body hits on the ground. And finally we discussed what? The maximum distance traveled in the horizontal. Is that clear ma? Thank you ma. Have a nice day.